Good evening and welcome back to my Dwarven Fortress where I can't remember what's going on at all really. I remember that we made a complete mess of draining the river and have accidentally blocked the drain we made. Well, I say I made. I managed to sell some stuff to the elves without annoying them. Though possibly if they've sent a diplomat, then there is a slight danger that they're going to declare war on us for cutting down trees. Doesn't look like they have sent a diplomat. We were having some fun with agitated giant blue jays, and we actually had at least one dwarf killed by an agitated giant blue jay. We were trying to improve the design of the catacombs by doing something with stairs that avoided the need for doors, which seems to have worked tolerably well. Let me just reorganise my IRC-ness and then we've got carry on being vague. And yes, Pink Beast says, can you sell bees and flooding to the elves? We could try to work out how to sell bees, but I'm not sure they would buy them. I don't think we can directly sell them flooding. I mean, we could lure the elven merchants into a conveniently flood-prone. What's going on over there? Conveniently flood-prone. Oh, we have toads in our reservoir. Into a conveniently flood-prone trade depot. But I'm not sure that drowning the elven merchants would help anything. So here's someone hauling a giant thrips back to the... Oh no, just hauling a giant thrips kite in Well, that's not much use. Or is it actually? If it's not being dumped, we should probably like mark it for dumping. Oh yes, you're trying to dump an item. Right, that's fine. It's going to take a while, but you'll get it somewhere useful eventually. Don't think we can butcher a dog's single paw. Don't quite know why there's a crutch there. Maybe we should have like a crutch stockpile in. No, I think we store crutches in the thing. Chests in the hospital. Yes, see, there we are, lots of crutches and some soap. So, yeah, I mean, it looks like we just have slightly too many crutches in this place.
Crutches and soap seem like a bad combination. In that
Yes.
the crutch slips on the floor because it's covered in soap.
Is this, yes, this is an unfortunate person who has, I think, got themselves quite badly injured, possibly by an agitated giant blue jay. Oh dear, something's rotting there. What's rotting there?
There's something rotten in the state of Keskalokil.
Yes. Is it in the kitchen? It's unlikely. We've got like food storage reasonably well organised at the moment. I mean, we apparently have a phenomenal number of empty bags in the kitchen. I thought I'd seen us having jobs to make bags. Have we got some screwiness that means that we're accidentally producing infinite bags like we were producing infinite plaster? No, okay, that looks good. Amount of empty bags, not satisfied. Good, good. As in, we have enough empty bags that we don't satisfy the condition for making new bags. And like that's in a stockpile, so things in stockpiles don't generally rot. Aha, there we are. A rotten dog corpse. Right, off you go. So we are currently not running the swimming training program because there are too many depressed adult dwarves in the fortress. And so one of our major tasks is to deal with them, I think ideally by cheering them up. So you still have a need for martial training. I kind of hope that you will get that, which will make you happier. You need to craft an object as well, but you are currently in soldiering mode, albeit. So what are Splatter the Lyrical Seas of Turmoil currently doing? Yes, they're all good dogs. So if I choose that and then schedule, will that tell me what their current orders are? So it's currently granite. So Splatter the Lyrical Seas should be training this month. Which leads me to wonder what's going on with our... Why is our manager in soldier no activity rather than training of some sort? They do at least seem to be reasonably well equipped. Maybe they will start doing something in a moment. They do seem to be in about the right place to do things. They do also appear to be quite badly injured, which might make them like inappropriate for this task. Yes, they are currently unable to stand. They are wearing 2 boots, which suggests they have 2 feet. Possibly their injury to their lower spine may have possibly permanently removed their ability to stand. That would be kind of unfortunate and might limit how much martial training they can engage in. Let's have a look at who else we've got in the list. You're actually currently a militia captain. Your big problem is that you need to be with your family. The problem with that is that you have no family. And I don't know that we can fix that very easily. And like you do appear to have sunk into depression, which is not very helpful. Yes. Where's the mayor? Why are people finding it hard to find the mayor? Are you in the military or something? Why that would be an error? No, you're not. Are you just in an awkward location? You are like moving things around, hauling things to stockpiles, so. Maybe you're just moving too fast for anyone to be able to have a meeting with you. Oh dear, there's another rotted thing. Let's fix the rotted thing. And a random feather. Feathers are not of any use. An ordinary, a non-giant Kia almost certainly can't be butchered. It's too small. Similarly, an agitated peregrine falcon is probably not much of a problem. We are turning the giant blue jay bones into something more useful. Apparently, we may still have agitated giant blue jay around here somewhere. Well, if it ever lands, we'll deal with it. Probably. Do we have... Presumably some one of my squads should be... Right, yes. So the Wanderers of Tongs should be patrolling the surface somewhere. Yes, there are some of them. Probably rather a long way from the agitated giant blue jay. Maybe we should ask them to try to kill it, because it does seem to be causing some trouble. Assuming like that we haven't killed it already. It's up in the air again, maybe it's going. Our food situation is getting more and more stupid. Right, let's keep looking at unhappy dwarves and seeing if we can find anything for them to do to make them happier. Again, we're like, you're feeling self-pity at being away from your friends, but on the other hand, do you have any? You don't really have any friends in this fortress, or indeed anywhere. You have some passing acquaintances. You do have a bunch of relatives in this fortress. You're not currently in the military, but I observe you're an expert swimmer. I observe that some of your relatives are also in the military. Would it be good for me? Almost all of your relatives are in the military. Maybe I should put you in a squad with them so you get to spend some time with your sisters, for instance. So she's in the Ageless Inks. Can she swim? She cannot swim. I'd kind of like to, if since we've got someone here who can swim, I'd kind of like to put them in the swimming bits of the military. So, or there's the second older sister, Asen, who is also in the Ageless Inks and also can't swim. And there's Litast, his father. I was meant to, I think I screwed that up somehow. Let's try that again. Thing, relations, inspect father. And we end up here without the sheet open. Indeed. Oh, I think that means the father's dead. Right, yes, that makes sense. And hence doesn't have a sheet. So that means that Sibrek can't be put into either of the into both a squad with a relation in and a squad. Why doesn't this like say something about the deadness of said father? Seems kind of like it might be important. Oh gods, and your relative Meng Arbonest, isn't Meng Arbonest also like horribly depressed? Yes. Right. So let's see if we can get you into the Ageless Inks. What's your name again? Because that way you might get to spend time with your family. Sigbrek Ebal Loslan. Do you have any gaps in the Ageless Inks? Yes. I mean, you're going to have to get yourself out of your depression far enough that you can actually join, like, start engaging with the Ageless Inks, but it might help you if you, like, get to see your family a bit more, given that you appear to be unhappy in part because you haven't been able to see your family lately. Right, you have indeed apparently decided to go to your training session despite being sunk in depression. That's nice, if you can achieve it. Um, hopefully that will at least deal with your need to spend time with your family. You do also appear to be not just wallowing in depression, but also wallowing in the drains. This is not helpful. I mean, it might be if you can find a bit where there's water dripping from the ceiling and you can believe that it's a waterfall. But, like, less self-pity, more, like, going up and talking to your sister. Like that generally looks reasonable. So how are you towards the lower end of the happiness of our people, hey? Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. How about Ral? What's wrong with you? You want to be with your family as well. Your father and mother are both alive. Okay, no, your father's dead, your mother's alive. I kind of feel that if you have any time when you're not working, if you want to have these needs, you could go and fulfill them. And your bedroom is only great. We could probably improve that a bit. But like that achieved blissfulness anyway, or rather bliss. We do seem to have a general problem of people being unable to find someone to cry on, which is unhelpful. And like you've got a lot of not feeling anything after seeing people dying. You have a frustration about not being able to practice a martial art, which says you probably want to be in the military. And you're not. And you can't swim, I think. I think we looked that one up, yes. So,
Dabbling swim seems particularly dangerous.
yes. Ral Lularuzol. Well, we've got one slot for a non-swimmer. So that might help you. Right, you have a desperate need to be with your family and no family. We can't do much about that. like you haven't acquired anything for a while, but then you don't really need anything. You do only have modest quarters. Possibly we just need to start improving some of these bedrooms a bit. We've got a decent stock of porcelain bricks now, haven't we? Yeah, though that 1169 is not a useful number. Well, that just set it. That was in used closest material, wasn't it? Which is of no use at all. We should make a bunch of bedroom floors out of porcelain bricks. Right, we've got 241 porcelain bricks available. Let's at least pave some bits, the accessible bits without removing furniture of these bedrooms with porcelain, which should make them more valuable bedrooms and thus cheer people up. I will do the ones that have cabinets in because I put the cabinets in to the bedrooms that had clothes lying around on the floor, which means that those bedrooms, at least at the time I installed the cabinets, probably actually had owners. Hang on, that one didn't. Oh well, too late now. Mud, etc. I'm sure people who are sleeping in their bedrooms will not mind someone stomping in there and retiling the floor.
Sure, if it's time for Hector, they'll be very happy next year.
That's at least the rooms on that level with like mud floors dealt with. Plenty of them up here too, though. I suppose the rooms that actually have floors covered in cruft also are fairly likely to be occupied, so we'll run out of porcelain in a bit. Oops, that's a wall. I'm only currently paving over the bits of the floors that are bare earth rather than the ones that are rather than the ones that already have smooth rock, which might be a bit stingy, but those seem like they should be the highest priority. Probably don't need to. Oh, well, there might actually be someone occupying the royal apartments now, mightn't there? Let's gratuitously improve those as well. I think these are bedrooms that have a bunch of gypsum lying around on the floor. That doesn't actually appear to be a bedroom, it appears to be a staircase. Um, what on earth is going on with this? It clearly is a bedroom, but it also appears to be like a weird grotto type thing. Oh, I think we finally ran out of porcelain bricks. Right. Now, there is going to be an awful lot of construction work as people haul porcelain bricks around to improve various bedrooms. You can see them running around there a bit. And well, maybe this will... oh, right, we finished that building of copper cabinets. So cabinets, we really don't care which one we put in which bedroom, do we? We just want to stick a cabinet in any bedroom that's got clothes all over the floor. Maybe ideally we wait until all those... Well, yes, we want to put it on a piece of paved floor, ideally. No, let's wait for the paving to be done, and then we'll put the cabinets into those rooms that need them. Ideally ones that have bits of paved floor in them, like these ones over here, because otherwise I'm going to end up installing the cabinets in ways that get in everyone's way. So the most annoying thing is that, like many of our more problematic dwarves, are children who are hard to cheer up anyway. Mostly you seem to like playing with mini forges and being near waterfalls. We should probably... I mean, I appreciate that civil engineering as a way of improving people's happiness is probably not entirely sensible. But like, there is an argument that we should actually have a working waterfall. Oh dear. Where did that happen? Did you got stuck in a tree? Stop getting stuck in trees, dwarves. You're quite a long way up that tree. I'm slightly tempted just to cut it down in order to get you out. Because, like, otherwise we're going to need to engage in some fairly serious engineering just to get to you. There we go.
When the elves turn up, you explain that it was a rescue mission.
Yes. I still have a bit of a agitated blue jay problem. Agitated giant blue jay problem. That's going to need to be disposed of. That was already marked for disposal. Do we have a shortage of woodcutters or something? We've got 2 of them. Let's nominate a 3rd one since we have an adequate woodcutter lying around. Oh dear, that wasn't very good for the cat. Cat scratches the agitated giant blue jay in the upper body, tearing the skin and bruising the fat. The agitated giant blue jay shakes the cat around by the lower body and the lower spine collapses. Right. Yeah, I don't think that cat is going to survive that experience.
I
Maybe,
assume giant blue jays are quite a lot bigger than cats.
yes, they're like cow size, I think. Maybe they're a bit smaller. Maybe I can't remember now. But yeah, they're not as big. I don't think they're as big as giant flies, which were utterly terrifying and can like kill a dwarf by pushing it. But they have beaks and claws. So like we have.
I'm just reading about actual blue jays. Apparently they're quite badass too. I mean, they pick on birds their own size, but they do get in people's faces, get in birds' faces.
Well, a giant blue jay can refer to a specific cultivar of delphiniums.
Yes.
So,
Yes, the cat did not survive that experience. We don't, in general, have ranged weapons, so until something that the giant blue jay attacks manages to ground it, it's likely that it will continue to escape. It is injured, but not enough to have lost the ability to fly, for instance. Still waiting for someone to dump that. Right, that's quite a lot of paving of the new floor tiles for the bedrooms installed. Now we kind of want to look for rooms that are still full of loose clothes that we can put new cabinets in. Like that one, for instance. That one doesn't have a new floor anyway, so let's just drop a cabinet in the corner of it. Those ones still need a bit. Oh, that one's got a space there, that one's got a space there, and that one's got a space there. Each bedroom has a different layout because it depends on the order in which the floors got laid, where I plant the cabinet. These ones don't, I think, have anything pending in them, so... Oh, a forgotten beast has come. A huge hairy earthworm. It has an enormous shell and is slavering. Its sea green hair is long and shaggy. Beware its deadly dust. Okay.
It's a forgotten beast because it's got one of the longest and most fiddly names of recent forgotten beasts.
Right, okay, that's all of the forgotten beast. Engun Rasmono Usmdas.
See?
Yes.
Nearly injured yourself trying to pronounce that. There it is.
Yeah, it can't see apparently, possibly because it has no eyes. I think because yes, I think it can't see because earthworms don't have eyes.
The vision lost though suggests it had
It had some at some point. Yes, I don't think that's correct. There it is in the water. Trying to deal with all the water that we're dumping into the caverns.
wow, can it breathe underwater, I suppose? Can it swim?
It seems to be swimming all right.
Can you find out there?
It doesn't believe it can swim, but I think creatures that can naturally swim often don't have it as a skill. Looks like it can't fly. I mean, that's more or less normal for earthworms. It looks as if it's going somewhere, but where it's going is somewhere we can't see.
Where we're going, we don't need eyes.
Yes. We appear to have had 9 messages saying bits of floor have been suspended.
We had that conversation with Club on Wednesday for some reason. Ian was talking about a film Event Horizon, which is where the ice skin comes from. And I had the same thought.
Okay, those porcelain bricks are apparently in the process of being used to build something. So I should have a look around at least for porcelain bricks that have somehow managed to get suspended. Yes. Maybe that entire room has ended up suspended for some reason. Is that because the clothes are... No. It was 9, wasn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 'I can't immediately find the 9th one from the message. Can we see it here? Well, there's a suspended job. Let's just unsuspend it from that interface and see what happens. Yes, go away, merchants. You are not very useful merchants. Dear, we've gone up to 15 depressed dwarves. Well, maximally unhappy dwarves. Wonder who the new one is. I don't think it's that one. You were, I want to be with my family, I have no family. Which is very unhelpful. I mean, one might hope that this kind of experience would not leave you feeling stressed, but oh, someone has withdrawn from society in order to make a thing. Why is make bone bracelets right at the bottom of the list? Hey? You've claimed Leatherworks. You appear to be short of something. Rough gems, so cloth, leather, stone, wood, cut gems, cloth, stone, rough gems, cloth, leather. Right. Are we really out of, well, either cloth or leather? We appear to have silk and plant and wool cloth available in that bin. Is there a problem that you can't get it because surely you're not constrained by stockpile linkages? Looks like we might actually have no leather. That would be kind of annoying. But it's not exact. Yeah, tanned hides, none. Right. Let's find some old animals we can slaughter. Or a 14-year-old cat. No, I think we'll save the cats. Not much leather on a cat. I think these are currently sorted more or less by when they arrived in the fortress. Ten-year-old dog. Yeah, you're probably, I don't know quite how long dogs last in Dwarf Fortress. I think we found that most of the actual livestock type animals last 10 years, didn't we? So you're the first horse on the list is 10 years old. We can get plenty of leather off a horse. Second horse is 10 years old. The third horse is almost 10 years old. Right. How about those 3 reindeer? 9. 9. I think those are all 9. Let's save the reindeer for now. So that should give us a supply of leather in due course. Right, we've successfully felled that tree, which has, I think, successfully extracted the dwarf from it.
Uninjured?
No, dead.
Oh, I see that. You didn't
But we did need to bury them.
Right.
Well, the problem is they disappear into the trees, and then the next thing you hear is they're dead.
Right, yes. But you can't really rescue them while they're still in the tree because you haven't heard about them yet.
Yes. Someone goes, oh, that dwarf who's been in the tree for 3 months. They seem to have died up there. Oh, but I've spotted one. Ha! You're dehydrated, but we can get you out of that tree. I mean, I think I'm going to do it by the standard way of just cutting the tree down, even though it is a persimmon tree. No, that's the mining button. That's not going to work on a tree. There. Like, you're going to have a slightly exciting experience getting out of that tree, but you're also a long way up. I mean, there's a good chance this dwarf is going to die when the tree falls underneath them. Maybe I should, like, try to build a staircase into their tree instead? I don't know. Like, they are 3Z levels above ground. That's probably a fatal fall, isn't it? Yes. Okay, let's do the job properly. And hope the unhappy dwarf survives. In particular, the trees like extend 7Z levels above ground now, and the dwarf who died was right at the top of a tree. It takes quite a long time to find them all. No, no one on that level, I don't think. Don't think they can climb up that high. Anyway, yes, we are now trying to build a suitable staircase. It looks like if we were to send some military to deal with that rather than a doctor repeatedly punching the bird, we might be able to kill it. Also, what the hell's it doing down there? Like, which squad is currently either patrolling or training, really? Okay, the Cobalt Tongs are currently training. Right, if the doctor hasn't managed to beat the thing to death by the time you get there, please kill that. I mean, the doctor seems to have got bored with that blue jay now, which is fine. Someone will be along to actually finish it off shortly. Here they come. far too many dwarves for the job, but
I wonder if it is at the bottom. I thought it was at the T is top and false is now. I don't know if I into that.
right. Giant blue jay duly dispatched. I think we may now actually have no giant blue jays on the map. Yes, like a reasonably sane set of things on the map. Oh yes, we've got this flooding going on up here, haven't we? Because I was trying to do something down here and what was it? We had closed those floodgates and opened those floodgates. So I think now it's actually safe to open those ones, except that we first need to link that lever to that floodgate and to link, oh right, we need more mechanisms.
The truth table for true is that. Even simple.
Let's just make another 10 billion mechanisms. So all being well, now there should be a task scheduled in the tanner's shop to tan that horse hide. You don't need this nervous tissue from the horse. Meanwhile, at some point, yes, here comes someone to carry a small piece of the giant blue jay somewhere. Right upper leg of a giant blue jay. Well, maybe there's enough of that to be worth butchering. You're carrying another part of a limb of the giant blue jay. Eventually someone will bring the main part of the corpse, but not this one either. A mangled left upper leg.
There must be a point with these mangled body parts beyond which someone stops being able to tell whether it's the left upper leg.
You might think so, but when we can identify the species of the individual that blood comes from by sight.
This is rather like the way that babies in Crusader Kings have labels on them saying they're going to be geniuses.
Yes. Someone is meant to be tanning that hide at least. Yes, there's someone tanning a hide. Excellent. Or even a talented tanner. Don't think we need the stray horse cartilage though. Slaughtered a second horse just in case. there is some butchery and slaughtering going on in alternation. Oh, right, and now our moody dwarf is here and has picked up some horse leather, which is, after all, what they need in order to make whatever the hell it is they're going to make. And some slate, apparently, which is quite heavy. It's possible they're going to make a horse, though I'm not quite sure you can make a horse in a leather workshop. Anyway, we're off to get some wood. Maple logs, apparently. And some phyllite gizzard stones, which is the kind of thing you get by butchering a blue jay. And some giant cave spider silk. Now, I'm just going to narrate this strange mood now, sorry. And some gypsum, which is a very Keskalokil material. That or what?
That will kill it.
Yes. I mean, there are other things we like. Kaolinite, billen, porcelain, because of the kaolinite. Rough amber opals. Rope reed cloth. Oh, and you've started making something, I think. Yes, excellent. Right. So our moody dwarf has found all of the stuff they need. I think the horse leather was the first thing on the list. Kind of weird that gizzard stones count as cut gems. Now we need someone to come along and actually butcher the next round of bits of well, that's we've already. Oh, that glove probably shouldn't be marked for dumping. The horse cartilage should be marked for dumping. As should the cartilage from the second horse. Meanwhile, we are hoping that this butchery job will actually someone is getting into a fight with a peregrine. I mean, if they actually manage to get into a fight, I don't think the peregrine will stand much chance, but do we have a, like, temple to echo help saved? Not directly, no. Possibly we should start setting up temples to Echo Help Saved in particular. The Echo Help Saved people do seem to be a bit prone to unhappiness. So maybe we should take some convenient space like this one down here that's nominally a bedroom but doesn't seem to have anyone actually living in it, and mark that as a meeting area for a temple to echo help saved. I mean, it's probably going to want to be a rather better temple than that, but hey, it'll be a start. That one's got suspended again. Let's desuspend that. It does look like quite a lot of those floors have now been installed, which is nice. And we have some more porcelain bricks made now. So we can put useful floors on slightly more bedrooms. Right. Who is meant to be doing this butchery? I'm slightly concerned. Where they might have got to. Right, you are actually almost there. Oh, you appear to have decided that you're going to butcher the main corpse of the giant blue jay, and then before it had actually been delivered to the stockpile. That's why you're taking so long over this. And so actually have gone down to fetch it yourself. Right, well, that at least will save someone else hauling it up from the stockpile. And you are a master butcher, so this shouldn't take very long. There we go. Oops. We now have an enormous pile of bits of giant blue jay in here, I suspect. Yes, some of which we can dump immediately. Then there is a horse to slaughter, and then we can probably butcher those little bits of blue jay. Right, well, we have people in there. Someone praying to echo help saved. Someone who ought to be quite unhappy, but I don't recognise their name. I am considering, should I be building lots more interesting statues and such like in order to cheer people up when they see them. Right, we've probably got quite a lot of valuable materials we could turn into statues, like platinum, for instance. That's not how you spell platinum. You don't spell platinum with a Q. Right, we have got 35 platinum bars, and I'm pretty sure we have more stocks of platinum available if we need them. So if we're going to do that, maybe this is one of those areas where we actually need to say, who have we got who's an excellent blacksmith? Which is a really inconvenient thing to find out. Did I set up a work group, auto group for metalwork? Mostly so that I can find. So I think. So we have a legendary blacksmith. It's Shorast Rigotfoka. So if we mark this as who is indeed marked as legendary blacksmith there, and then say make why can't I type into there? You forge a statue? No. Maybe you make a statue. Yes. I'd find P. Make platinum statue. So I think making a statue is a no, that's not quite right. Let me have a quick look in the wiki to check up on the subject of statues and what skill you need to make them, but I think it's blacksmith. Labours, blacksmithing, yes. Right. So I've assigned our one legendary blacksmith to the task of making us 10 platinum statues, which we will place around the fortress in order to make people happier. So are you someone who is unhappy at not having been able to pray to Echo Help Saved for a while? Doesn't look like it, no, but you've turned up to do it anyway. Well, maybe my other final horse has been slaughtered. Maybe my other unhappy dwarves will eventually head over there to do some praying. Disposing of a few unnecessary bits of a horse. What's that? Agitated Tearsal peregrine corpse. I kind of suspect there's not enough eating on one of those. Alath Vumom-led Bone Doctor has created Astnekic, a horse leather helm. She offers it to the Treaty of Caves. I mean, it's probably not actually much good as armour. It is, after all, made of leather. This is a horse leather helm. All Kraftstorf ship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with maple and giant cave spider silk and encircled with bands of horse leather, round gypsum cabochons and round amber opal cabochons. This object is adorned with hanging rings of slate and phyllite. On the item is an image of Thob Basements, the dwarf, in rope reed. So, yes.
Second artefact I've seen recently with no menacing spikes. Are they going out of fashion?
Possibly.
It used to be, no matter what you had, it had to menace with spikes, even if it was something where you'd think they'd be actually awkward.
Right, we are slowly also turning horses into horse totems and hauling other bits of horses off to do other things, turning their bones into bracelets, masterful bracelets. I think the manager may be busy and or depressed. Why is that not being constructed? Is that bedroom... Oh, that bedroom's inaccessible. I think I just paved over the staircase.
Oops.
Well, let's... hang on. No, I can't remove the accidental paving over of the staircase because I've paved over the staircase and it's now impossible to get into the room. How did the person who paved over that staircase get out of the room? That's what I want to know. And no, they're not in there dead. Well, let's knock down one of the walls. And try to fix this problem. Oh, are we actually running out of billen bars? Am I going to have to make more billen? No, we've got 28 billen bars. We've made a masterpiece giant blue jay skull totem. I suspect that is actually quite an impressive object. Right, something in that stockpile's worth butchering, so we won't trash it all just yet. You're making more giant blue jay leather, excellent. That should be quite valuable stuff. All right, yes, there might be a bit of a problem if our manager is in the military. Maybe we should appoint someone else as manager, someone who isn't going to be spending months doing other things. Though I suppose I could just, for this particular, no, we would like the manager to like, can we appoint the mayor as manager? Is that like one of the things we're allowed to do? I think we are. Because that will make life simpler. If we can like find the mayor in this list. Must be a mayor in this list somewhere. Assuming they're labelled mayor. Yes, there. No relevant skills at all. Tough, you're the new manager. Plus, you may not have any skills, but you do have an office. This is an important thing to have if you're going to be the manager. Oh, how's our attempts at rescuing that poor dwarf from the tree going? We've built the staircase, and they're flitting around in the tree and not getting out of the tree. Possibly because the branches... Oh, right, that's actually open space out there. Okay. Okay, I think I may have asked for that to be built out of porcelain bricks. That'll be fine. Yeah, don't worry, we'll get you down in a moment. Someone just needs to bring some porcelain bricks up here. Someone is at least scheduled to make a... Yes, our horribly hungry and get your priorities straight and dehydrated surgeon who was stuck in a tree has got out of the tree, and rather than prioritising, as you might hope, food and drink, they appear to be oh no, they've now switched to prioritising drink. Good. I'm going to watch you and make sure you get some drink. Don't like drop dead of dehydration halfway there. All right, you managed to find some water, did you? Excellent. Is there some existing conflict going on that I can't see? Picks up a bill and goblet. Goes to completely the wrong place. Look, we have a perfectly good dining room you could be drinking in. Right. That was probably a bit of hunting down their favourite kind of booze. Um, so they happen to like sewer brew. And that is indeed a barrel of sewer brew. So I think that was our someone who had spent months in a tree coming down and finding their favourite kind of drink, and not just any old drink. Okay, we don't have any butchery tasks scheduled, so I think that means that anything in this stockpile now is too small to be butchered. So it should be dumped. We do have a bunch of platinum statues in there already, albeit that none of them is very good. My hope is that having got a legendary blacksmith on the job, assuming this has worked correctly, we'll actually be able to get some really good platinum statues. Oh right, no one has actually, the correct person has not yet been assigned that task, even though it's marked as active, which is a bit confusing. Is that because I've screwed up the work details? Oh right, yes, because assuming that this includes blacksmiths, they're not currently allowed to do any blacksmithing. Right, let's fix that then. That's better. You just say, I've talked to an acquaintance, I'm not fond of this. Yes, I should stop soon too, because I'm snooze, but let's watch this construction of a platinum statue. This is a legendary blacksmith, so they might be able to do it quite quickly. Or maybe not. Right, there we go. Not actually a masterwork, slightly surprisingly. It is a pretty decent one though. Exceptional platinum statue of Kib own constructs. Let's put a couple of statues in this new temple. We should obviously put in a statue of Echo Help Saved. And let's put in that new exceptional statue as well. Right. So we've not dealt with the depression problem. It has got worse. We've now got 16 unhappy dwarves instead of the 14 that we had before. We're not managing to make leather fast enough to supply our leather industry, which is not surprising because leather is blooming awkward to make in adequate quantities of. The amount of food in this fortress is becoming more and more ludicrous. I think we've saved at least one dwarf from death from dehydration while stuck up a tree, which is nice. But we really don't have any good and organised way to get dwarves out of trees, or even to discover that dwarves are stuck in trees. So this is still really not ideal. Oh, there's a peregrine. And yes, that